Fries. Don't forget, every Monday night, we do have an episode, a fresh, hot, new live episode of Salad and Fries. But if you cannot tune in live, you can always catch us on our YouTube channel. But let's back up because you can always go to our website at www.salad-in-fries.com for all things salad and fries. From there, you can select YouTube. We're on the YouTube channel. You can subscribe and like Salad and Fries so that you can tune in each week to get all of the hot, latest, and greatest things as it relates to Salad and Fries and those that I'm going to have on my show. As you saw, for the month of March, we're going to have some amazing people. Last week, we had the cake boss, in my opinion, Mr. Desmond, Dr. Chef Desmond Pringle on my show. This week, I have the multimedia mogul Dewayne Queen on today's show. And next week, because it is National Women's History Month, yes, it is National Women's History Month in the United States, we're gonna celebrate National Women's Month with epic leading women. We're gonna have Dr. Kimberly Bryant on, Yakima Reinhart, and Courtney Young. Guys, I don't even know if I'm even going to get a word in next week because the three of them are such powerhouses. It's going to be bananas. So I'll give you more information about next week's show at the end of the show. However, I just want to talk a little bit before I bring Dewayne on stage. Guys, we are in a season of epic movements in our lives. And I want you to hear the words that I'm saying to you in the universe, in your spirit. This is the time, if there's something that you want to do, something you believe in, go for it. Like literally go for it. There has been a shift in the universe and you need to go after what it is you want to go after. No matter what anyone says that you can or can't do, you can do it because it's your time. It is your time to move in your craft. Now, on to the show. Tonight's show with Dewayne Queen. Guys, you can ask as many questions as you like. As we go through tonight's show, they'll pop up. Even if you want to give Dewayne a shout out, because he is the multimedia mogul. I don't think you all understand the power that's getting ready to grace the stage of Salad and Fries. Before I bring him on, Dewayne Queen is a native of Baltimore, Maryland. He's also the founder of Swank Arts and Entertainment, a professional service provider specializing in events production, events logistics, media, and marketing. Swank Arts and Entertainment has a multimedia production division that provides space to the Black community through services to and support of the LGBTQIA community, plus, I forgot the plus, LGBTQIA plus community to share their stories and perspectives. While attending Nyack College in New York, Dewayne was instrumental in developing the current musical theater program. Also while in New York, Dewayne, while studying his craft and perfecting it, performed in 2 tours, not one, but 2 tours of the musical Rent, and worked in Patrick Ian Polk's The Skinny. Guys, if you haven't seen The Skinny, you have to check it out. It's a really good movie. I had to go back and say, oh my gosh, I know that guy. But then I was like, oh no, not that guy. I know that guy, not the character, but I know that guy. But you have to check it out. In 2021, Dewayne created and chaired the country's first awards program honoring the tireless efforts of the transgendered community. The Trans Life Awards is an annual event that takes place during Labor Day weekend to empower, uplift, and celebrate the beauty of the transgendered men, women, and gender non-conforming members of our community. Everybody make a round of applause and bring on the stage Dewayne Queen.
Hello.
Hey, my friend. He was like, all that Centron really
all that. It's like, what do you say after all of that? Like, you don't really, it's like, okay.
Because y'all don't understand. Like, that's y'all. It's like, come on. Y'all walking on an Arsenio stage.
Right. We need to bring back the hoop situation. You know, they used to, right.
All the time. Listen, I done told you when I get on that stage and we have that the remake, we're gonna have to incorporate that. People like, come on. It's a good pump up. That's when I used to teach Zumba fitness. A lot of people know that. I used to teach Zumba fitness around the world. Like when I say around the world, I have taught it everywhere. So we had a class that taught us how to get everyone engaged. And it was all about the hands and doing stuff like this. It got people to be like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So I'm like, when you pump people up, it pumps you up because we feed off the energy of the crowd.
Of course we do.
Me. So how are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here. I'm alive. I ain't at that Look who we were just talking about. Hey Lamar. We was just talking about you.
We sure were.
So you're enjoying this wonderful day. Now, where are you? You in Atlanta or New York?
I'm home. I'm home today. I came. I got off around 1. I did LA today, so I'm home.
You fancy.
I'm tired, but I'm here. I'm excited. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Did you have some gluten-free salsa water? Friend, don't judge me. I'll be saying that. I'll say, oh my gosh, friend, we have gluten-free salsa water today.
They get so excited.
And if you act right, I will drop a splash of cranberry in it.
Oh,
baby.
You made somebody's day.
I make their day. I love LA folks. People don't understand. LA folks is they it for me. You just gotta know how to talk. They talk, and they will eat out of your hands. I'm just saying.
They wore me low. I'm just going to tell you the truth. They wear me low.
I gotta use that one. They wore me low. I've been feeling mighty low.
You listen, mighty bad, and I haven't found anybody to see to give me no strength. I'm trying to tell you.
Anyway, people are like, what are they talking about? People flying from LA to Atlanta, Atlanta to LA. It don't matter. They're all the same. They're some beautiful people. Some wonderful people.
Coincidentally enough, since we're talking about it, I actually had Patrick and Polk on my flight this morning coming back from LA. Yeah. Yes. So it was a very cute reunion because I haven't seen Patrick in a while.
It's called, hey, my phone needs to ring. What's the next project we're working on?
Okay, I just want to make sure the people understand.
I have learned the power of asking.
Listen, I said, oh, you need a drink? You need something? You want... How you been? You live in Atlanta now? Oh.
You're looking good, baby.
You look good. Well, listen, here, let's get a drink sometime. Listen, you have to network at all costs and all times.
At all costs. And you have to ask for what you want.
You know what? Absolutely. Especially as an entrepreneur, because people will not believe it until you believe it.
Correct.
That's really what it is. Hey, Keith.
Yes. We got the people in the building tonight.
I know. I love you, Keith. I miss you, friend.
Listen, I be talking to him and I told him, like, listen.
All right. Come on out of there. Come on.
Friend.
Come on out.
I told him we all coming up. Coming up. What we gotta do? There. I sent him a message yesterday. I was like, what we gotta do?
Do we need to come get you? Because we will.
But I'm gonna say this about him. Because he be having his moment, I be having my moments. Mm-hmm. I had a moment last week and I said, you know what? I am done.
Yeah.
Let me tell these girls where to get off at because you played in my face too many times. And he was like, bring it down. Like, bro was like, bring it down. Calm down.
Yeah.
You got this. Change your energy. Focus. I said, no, wait a minute. Nah, you can't be doing that to me. But that's what these relationships are all about. It's all about us supporting and helping each other, right? Mm-hmm. So I just wish that energy would grow.
Well, you know what? That's only for certain people.
He said,
okay.
Oh, look at this. The power of Angel. This is Dr. Kimberly Angel Bryant. She's going to be on next week's show. Powerhouse. I just want you to next week's show. Those three ladies.
I can't wait.
I'm already trying to get myself together because it's like I don't know how I'm going to be able to contain all that energy on one show. Because the three of them, powerhouses.
Yes.
But let's get into the queen, okay?
Come on.
You ready?
Come on. The Black Queen, because my Dewayne in Welsh means black.
Yes. Let's get into the black.
I am the official Black Queen.
Period. I know that's right. See, friend, I need some sound bites. I need the.
You do. You really do. And some clips. You need all of that.
Because for right now, I'm doing all my sound bites.
And it's okay.
No. So, starting off, who was Dewayne Queen growing up? Who was young Dewayne Queen? Tell the people. Let them know. Bring them in.
Dewayne Queen is Lolita Louise Lewis's son.
Yes.
I am an only child by my mother. And so growing up, I was very much, people like to label all only children, they're spoiled, they get what they want, that kind of thing. And that to a degree is true, but we are the most innovative, the most inspiring, the most intuitive, the most
keep it going.
We're the most we feel everything, we see everything, we are the most introspective, outrospective people. And one of the things that was so unique about my childhood is that I was I could entertain myself. I didn't need to be around a whole bunch of kids. I just needed my Connects or my Nintendo or go outside. And I was good. I had my little hamster. I used to write as a child. I did a whole lot of things. I was just my imagination was humongous as a kid.
That part, the imagination and the creative is developed when you're in that zone. I'm an only child. Yeah. So I understand what you are saying because the creativity is birth. It is birth. Because if you're not a creative as an only child, baby, you sitting there staring at the walls.
Yeah. Because you ain't got nothing else to do. And the other aspect to that too is that you learn a lot about yourself because you spend so much time with yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can enjoy the company of others, but you learn a lot about yourself. And so I learned early on as a child that I am an empath. I am a healer when it comes to being in spaces and groups of people. I naturally gravitate to people, their energies, what they need, what they, and just being that kind of a people person. Okay. Some part to a detriment, some part to, as you get older, you learn how you're like, okay, you need to dial that back because everybody don't deserve that kind of energy. But I will always just have a heart for people. So that's who Dewayne was as a child.
But I think we as only children, as we do evolve and get older, we do become more into ourselves. And I also think it depends on what time of the year you were born. I'm just sorry. I'm a Capricorn only child. So people are, oh Jesus, you're horrible. No, I only see black. I only see white. Don't play with me.
Give me the facts.
I see through the BS. I will call it out, call a thing a thing, and keep it pushing. Do I like to have people around me? Yes, but I don't need nobody else.
No, listen, I'm gonna give you a soundbite on that because I have my horns over here. So you're absolutely right. No, friend. You gotta get you one of these, friend. Okay. $12 on Amazon. It's a whole button. There you go.
Because we need people to understand. Listen, only children, we're not evil. It's just, we just be like, baby, give me black or white.
No,
just be direct. I can take it. I'm a big boy or girl. I understand, but folk. So you kind of answered some of the questions that I'm going to answer later, but we're going a little bit detail. So what gives you joy as a person? Like what inspires you and make you joyful?
To see people smile, honestly. It's kind of duality to see people smile and like to be able to give people the desires of their heart, but also be in my solitude and in my space. It gives me so much joy. Like this is a very decorative. I've got serenity and peace. I've got my plants. I've got my record player. Yes, I just in a space that renews me, because obviously when you're when you are a people person, or when you do for so much for people, and especially in our careers, you need a space that you can rejuvenate your energy. You need a space where you can rejuvenate yourself. And if that means that you sit in a space and you look at TV, or you whatever it is that you do that replenishes your energy, you need that space. Correct. You absolutely need that space. And so those are things that give me joy. Just being able to be, sometimes with the people, but not all the time with the people.
I'm loving you because the reason why I'm loving you so much right now is because someone else is saying how I feel so that other people can understand. Oh, he's not the only one who feel that way because, okay, since I've moved back to Atlanta from New York, even my mom has said, you don't like to go to work no more, friend. I like to be in my house. I have created an environment in which I feel so safe and seen that I don't ever want to leave it. However, I got to leave to pay the bills.
But you got views. You got views and everything.
Views on top of views.
Like where I need to go? I can see the people from up here.
I don't need to go nowhere.
I don't need to, and same thing. My window faces the street, so I see the people.
We good.
I don't need to be out there running with them.
That part. We love it.
And in fact, if I were to really tell on myself, my window sits and I can see 2 clubs in the city, in particularly. So if I need to see who out there, I can see. But I'm not. I don't need to go out there for what?
We good.
Would it Beyonce and Missy Elliott say, "Ain't nothing out there for me"?
Ain't nothing out there for me. Ain't nothing in them streets. Ain't nothing in them streets. But we
protect your energy at all costs.
Ooh.
Protect your energy.
Bing, 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 bing.
I need to give myself the horn. Listen, and people can call it what they want. Let me make this very clear. People can say what they want about you when they don't see you or when they do see you. They'll be like, "Oh, he came to this. Oh, he didn't come. Oh, but he didn't come to my thing." But he protect your energy at all costs. And here's the reality: it's not necessarily about protecting your energy from one person. It's about protecting your energy from people. Because if you walk into a space, especially as an empath, if you walk into a space, you don't know, you never really know what you're going to encounter, who you're going to encounter, what the higher power might have you do, say, because we're just tools at the end of the day in some cases. And some people need your energy, and that's a lot. It's a lot to give when you don't have it. It's extremely detrimental when you don't have it. So protect your energy, and you're responsible for your energy. Ooh. You're responsible for who comes in your environment and in your space. Just because they're friends, just because they are people that you've known all your life, does not give them access to you. They don't deserve it. Listen, make sure you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Hey, here go Tab. You hitting all these buttons tonight.
I'm sorry. This is the season of my life that I'm in.
Yes.
I have to protect my energy at all costs because you can't get that back. What's up, Brandon? Let me tell y'all something. Brandon Rashad.
The truth.
Let me tell you something. And Brandon side eyes me every time he sees me. Brandon, I'm coming to see you. I promise I'm in. I'm just trying to get these ducats in a row. But I'm coming to see you because I believe in paying people what they're worth. And I am definitely going to do the full package because it is about time to do some photos. I'm coming to see you. I'm proud of you, friend. I'm so proud of all the doors that you are walking into and people recognizing you for the gift that you are. I'm proud of you, friend. I'm proud.
Well, that's my neighbor. So whenever you come over,
listen, I'm coming. I am coming. I promise I am because I need his work. I need his energy. And we are definitely going to make it happen. But you absolutely have to protect your energy because you don't get that back because you don't get time back. You don't get that back. So you have to be cognizant of the people that you're around, the people that are draining you, the people that are leeches. That is absolutely... It's vital. It's vital to who we are and where we are in our space in our lives at this time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You were saying everything that needed to be said because as I said earlier, I used to teach fitness around the world. And what a lot of people don't recognize, they're like, child, you don't look like he used to teach me. Like, child, you can see the videos. I am very viral, trust and believe. First off, Miss McGuire said, yes, you need one as it relates to my buttons. Girl, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them.
I'm gonna sew into your ministry. I'm gonna get you one off of Amazon, friend.
But as it relates to protecting your energy, when you are a fitness instructor, and this is the best way for people to understand how we feel, you go in, you teach, your job is not just to get people healthy, but you're there to motivate them. Oh my gosh, I gotta motivate. So when you get in front of that class, all of your energy is going out and into them. And they are like the people on the things on Harry Potter. It just sucks the life out of you. It just keeps sucking the life out of you. And you have to recognize, wait a minute, I need to go into a universe by myself or a place by myself so I can recharge. And you need to make sure you have a great circle around you who is pouring back into you because you're giving out so much. And friend, if you keep giving out, you're going to end up being a zombie, period.
Listen. And some people are not equipped to pour back into you.
Oh, Father.
They're not equipped. And you think, and again, regardless of how long you've known them and how long they've been around you, some people are not equipped to, all they do is take what you have. All they do is take what you have. Yeah, they're leeches. They're leeching off of everything that you have, and they're not and the hardest thing to do is to realize that those leeches that are leeches. It's a hard thing for you to be able to be like, okay, I had an issue. I came to you just like you did for me, and I gave you the red carpet. And then I come to you and you start talking about yourself, or you start talking about something else. You don't want to address, me coming to you with whatever situation I have. So then you have to decide what you need to do with that. Do you keep them on and continue to be drained, or do you, have a mature, grown conversation?
Correct. That part.
Yeah.
It's funny I'm sorry, we done gone off our questions, but this is good. This is what I talked about earlier, having my Gail moments. Yeah. Friend, and I know this is going to sound horrible, but I like to sometimes make my analogies to something relevant or that's recent so that people can really understand it. And I might be right, I might be wrong. But I don't know if you watched Inventing Anna, but I loved Inventing Anna. And that is a perfect example of what you just said, because everybody was along for the ride to collect, to eat, to travel the world, for her to pour into them, for them to go to spa day, hair day, salon day, go to the gym, workout. Everybody was there to receive. But when Sus had that moment where she didn't have any money to scam on, Sus was like, I need from you guys. And they're like, you need from who?
From who?
From whom? And then Sus got sued or attempted to get sued by her girlfriend because she scammed me. I put everything on my credit card. But did you not receive everything from her? Did she not pour into you? She had this one situation that she asked you to come through for her, and you flipped. I had a show in 2020 that talked about your circle, and I talked about that very thing. Be careful of who is in your circle. You will find out who your circle is when you have a moment
that part.
I need you. You will find out who your friends are. And you will find out who your family is, because family ain't always necessarily.
Listen. Oh, okay. All right.
Did I hit
it? Okay, because I can't.
Go there, friend. Go there.
I can't. Just because blood is intertwined in our relationship does not make people conniving and evil, and like that's not an excuse. Right. And sometimes you have to face. Now, listen. Therapy is a wonderful thing.
Hello.
Therapy is an absolutely vital thing. And some things come out in therapy that you may not be ready to, confront, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Those little family secrets, those things that, don't tell your mama, it'll kill her, that kind of stuff. You have to be able to free yourself from those things. So yeah, sometimes you gotta. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Cause friend.
Here you go. See, again, this will be the follow-up show. Yes, Keith. We trying to drop the nuggets. Okay, before I move on, I just want to ask, did you see I love to watch the Terrell show with Terrell Rice.
I love him.
Maybe that
so much.
That last show he had with
Tab. I haven't seen the actual show. I saw some clips.
Friend.
But I haven't seen the actual show. But I know Tab. Let me tell you something. So we're talking about me being this multimedia mogul. Okay. However, Tabitha Brown kept me during the pandemic. And she just her insight, and it seemed like every moment that she had where she said, I was just in meditation, I was in prayer, and the Lord said, I just need to tell y'all this was for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else it was for, but they were for me. She was the mother America needed during the pandemic.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly who Tabitha Brown is, and she deserves every award and accolade that she is getting.
All her
for
flowers.
Who she is. Yes, she does.
All her flowers.
I think about her story often because she was someone that gave up on a dream just to get by, and it took just one video for people to start paying attention.
What is it? Whole Foods.
Yeah, her talking about the sandwich at Whole Foods.
The sandwich.
And so that brings me more inspiration as an entrepreneur, I think, that anybody could ever know. That I may not be doing what's popular, and I may not be doing what everybody finds interesting, but I'm impacting somebody, and that's what matters.
And that leads us to the next question, because you literally said the next question without me even asking it. What inspires you to be the creative you are? It could be a who, it could be a what, it could be anything. It inspires you to be the creative that you are.
A couple of things. Content is there's seats at the table for everyone in content, right? There is no one person. We just talked about Terrell. Terrell does his thing. That's what Terrell does. That's how Terrell does. That's wonderful. You do your lane. You have a great, energetic personality that is great for interviews, and you have a vast array of guests that, people need to know. These are people. These are people that need to know who people are. My lane is my lane. In the same vein, I like to highlight people that are, a part of the LGBTQIA plus community that you know nothing about, because we're not a monolith. Just because we say we're gay, or we say we're lesbian, or we say we're transgender or bisexual, we're not. That tends to lump us in a particular category that, people are like, okay, that's just who they are. But then you look at the Lena Waiths, or you look at, the Patrick and Polk. So you look at the other people that are in the industry, or other industries for that matter, that people know nothing about. Correct. And so I felt it was necessary for us to be able to shed some light on the community as a whole and a community individually. Now, it's not everybody's cause. That's not for everybody, right? But far too often our cousins share spotlights and show each other. So why can't we do it in the back?
Why can't we do it? Correct.
So that, just that's something that inspires me to be a creative, and the wealth of energy and storytelling from our community is endless, right? Because you've got the club kids, you've got the voguing kids, you've got, that's wonderful.
That's not all of us.
That's not all of us. It's
a part of us, but it's not all of us. It's not the whole story.
Exactly. That's why we can watch Noah's Ark and be so inspired, because those characters are, timeless as it pertains to who they are in our community. And then we can turn around and watch Pose and be so enthralled and we can do all of that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm an old queen, so I'm a Paris is Burning one.
Right. But you see what I'm saying? Like, our stories are not, we're not monolith. And so I think it's necessary to continually be able to tell our stories, or at least shed light on the authors of our community, the, different aspects of it. And maybe everybody's not an actor. Who are the authors? Who are the financiers in our community? Who are the presidents and the vice presidents? Now, some people don't want to be highlighted. They want to live their stealth life, and that's totally understandable and respectable. That's wonderful. But there are some people need to know. So that the community inspires me, to answer your question as a whole.
And I see that in when you was it 2020, you were doing a lot of your interviews, and I was like, he's out here killing it. I'm trying to think who you had on your show. Dr. Elijah, you had him on your show.
Yes.
And he was on one of my other friends' show. Thomas White had him on the show right before you did. So when he came on your show, I was like, oh my gosh, I know him. Like, I know him from the internet, but I don't know him. But it was great to see him highlighted in another space for him to share his story, because had Thomas not had the conversation with him, about his life, his story, people like me would not know. I would just know about the ones who I see on TV all the time, which is why, again, I want to talk to people who people may not know about. Like, actually, these people do the same thing. Actually, maybe better.
And they might do a bit. Hello? Listen. That's all it's really all it takes in some cases. Speaking of Dr. Elijah, you know, our relationship goes so far back because I knew Dr. Elijah before he transitioned.
Okay.
And so he was the only connection that I had to the transgender community initially. And it's so funny. We talk about this now, we can laugh about it, but it's almost as if the person that he was prior was someone totally different. Like literally a separate person. Like he's completely two different people. And you know, it's just great to have that space to come to a table and say, okay, please help me understand. And that was the purpose behind that particular interview series, because I've done several, but that particular interview series was really to sit down with individual members of each letter of the LGBTQ community and really understand their journeys. Really understand, because as a Black gay male, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of tunnel visioned as it pertains to our community, because I only know about my experience and my scope of things.
Do you think that is attributed to, this is going to sound so horrible. Do you think it's attributed to where we were born on the spectrum? And when I say that, I put us in 3 different boxes. When I spoke to an ally, I said, please be mindful of how you approach certain gays. I said, there's 3 different boxes. There's older gays who were a part of the struggle, a part of the fight. Then you have the middle window, which is people like myself who came right after the struggle, but still have the struggle. But there's these great nuances. Then you got the babies. The babies just came into greatness. They came into greatness and they are trying to expand the greatness. I said, so it's 3 different mindsets.
Yeah.
I said, so you're going to hear your older gays say, you either a boy or a girl. I said, then you might hear the middle gays. We might be like, well, you know, it's a boy or a girl, but these younger gays like, So I'm like, you got to be careful. And I'm glad that we're having all these conversations because it helps us understand how our minds think. But do you think your thought process is because of the box or the window of gay that we're in?
Absolutely. And it's only because, you know, you have to kind of take it a step further. You have to understand our time frame of coming out, so to speak. You know, the internet was brand new, so we didn't have access to so much material and information that the new generation has now. And so we still had that. We kind of walked that fine line of, do I tell people I'm gay? I don't tell anybody I'm gay. But then do I also like, I can, so it's okay to talk about it a little bit, but I still have to be able to walk that fine line. Like we really walk that fine line because we're a cross between the older generation and the younger generation. And so, you know, like I said, the younger generation has so much access and has no problem saying, I mean, just Google it. Whereas we're like, okay, so I need a graph and I need a chart and I need you to sit down with me one-on-one and let's talk it out because I don't understand. And so it's you just have to know and really handle people with kid gloves because everybody's learning. Everybody's learning in that aspect. And so that's why I will always have an area or an aspect for our community. And I say our because, you know, even people that don't identify with the community is still a part of the community.
Correct.
And we still have to learn, you know, even if we don't want to, because like you said, there's some people that vacillate, like the older generation. They say, well, either you're a boy or girl. Well, yeah, but okay, now let's have a conversation. So your good sis that she had was a sis. She was a sister and not a cisgender. Like you have to kind of walk them into the understanding because they were friends. Yeah, but he just called a sis, you know, sis.
like friend. Yeah, you kind of did that back then.
Yeah, I mean, she was down. You didn't know what to call her, you know. But it's a matter of being able to, you know, have grace with everybody. Everybody deserves grace.
Correct. So with that being said, with you being in the multimedia industry, like how did you get into it? Like what got you into this arena where you could actually create the space for what we just talked about?
So Swank Arts and Entertainment came to me in 2018.
Okay.
I was literally on an aircraft slinging Cokes and peanuts.
Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite.
I said Coke. Okay, so
I'm sorry, you're having flashbacks.
Listen, PTSD is what it is. I literally was on an aircraft in 2018, and I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. We can talk about that too, because people don't think that I can be, should be, but hey, listen.
That's a whole rabbit hole.
Anyway, that's for the other show. We'll do that. We'll save that for the other show. And I honestly heard Spirit say you need to start a company. Mm-hmm. And literally, as I am, popping tops, like, okay, well, what do I want to call it? Well, Swank is my childhood nickname for my grandfather. My grandfather has always called me Swank. It means a dapper, well-dressed young man. And he's always, that's just my family nickname for my maternal side of the family. Okay. So I decided to name the company Swank Arts and Entertainment. Now, I came up with the name in this time. I registered the name. I did all the things. And then it sat there because I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. And the pandemic hit. And as you know, we were please take some leave. Please. Hey, if you want to keep your job, just take some time off.
Take some time off.
Oh, okay. You ain't gotta tell me to, honey. When do we start taking a leave? Like when can I start leaving? And so in 2020, I was sitting at home and I said, what can I do? I have all of this money in the account. What can I do? That's gonna help me feel fulfilled.
Okay.
Because at that point, it had been 6 years that I had been running my life ragged with our company, and I was not happy about it
at all.
And I'll be very honest, I was not happy about it. My body was tired, my mind was frazzled, my mental health was in jeopardy. And all I'm doing is running, going to work. And while it looks glamorous to a whole bunch of other people, it's a very lonely and a very dangerous space to be in if you are not in a great mental space.
Correct.
So I said, I need to do something to fulfill myself. I will pull this off the shelf. Now, what can we do? Let's develop this company. And originally it was a multimedia production and event management company.
Okay.
And to some degrees it still is. But as things grow, we're shifting gears to other things that I love to do. So the multimedia production part is still there. Okay. And we still do like the Affairs of the Heart podcast.
Yes, which I love. I wish I got to get my life back together because I'll be working on those days. We got to get it back together.
Listen, you can always go to YouTube, just like with you, and visit. But we'll talk about that later. And really creating content. So it literally started. I'll be honest with you. I said multimedia production, and then I said, well, what can I do? Oh, let's do an IG interview series. Well, who can I have on the show? Okay, well, let's see. I have this internet relationship with the young lady who played Rockaletta Moss. Yeah, I have it. So let me reach out to her and see if she would be interested in interviewing with me. And then who else can I call? I'm really good friends with, B Slade, aka Tone. Mm-hmm. Hey, would you mind sitting down with me, and seeing if we can have a conversation? Oh, okay, cool. And people started agreeing to just sitting with me during the pandemic. And that's really how Swank was kind of birthed. And it was an amazing week full of interviews. Number one, let me be very clear. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Well, I couldn't tell.
Did not know what the hell I was doing. But I knew that I could have a conversation with people. I knew that I could, really kind of connect with them. And it was awesome. It was incredible. It was a lot of fun. And it gave me something to do while I was sitting at home during the pandemic. So, I mean, I went out. I was like, I need to buy a desk, and I need to buy a chair. I need to buy some lights. I need to buy all
And
stuff.
you had your cards. I said, "Oh,
yes."
So this was you. You was like, so
here it is.
I said,
here it is.
You better have your branding.
You know, that was also. I was like, I want some cue cards, like Jesse. You know, Jerry Springer or Ricky Lake. I want some cards that have my my logo on them, and I just went to the store and got them. So yeah,
I loved it.
It was great. It was great. So that's how the company came about.
You couldn't tell you didn't know what you was doing because everything with your interviews. The reason why the reason our interviews they run so smoothly, and I'm just gonna say the only childism. One, we talk to ourselves so much,
baby,
that we know how to have conversations.
We answer ourselves sometimes too.
And on top of that, our careers have forced us to have conversations with people impromptu. I don't know this person from Hill, but I need to go ahead and have this conversation to make them feel special. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, how are you doing? So your face right now, I said, don't bring them up. We'll move past them. They weren't instrumental in us.
It's so monotone. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
I had perfected the fake laugh. Like I just and they be so tickled. They think I'm
fly with me. We need to fly together.
Please.
Because baby, your coworkers would tell you some stories about me. They'll be like, I don't know how he does it, because I will politely be like, oh my gosh, friend, you was not listening to me. They'd be like, did you really just say that? I did. And did.
Let me tell you something. The longer we do this, the less filter we have.
Okay.
And I don't care.
But it'd be so professional and cute though.
And I'll post about it tomorrow. Like you saw my latest post. I said, I really told him, well, if you don't sit down, you're not gonna like okay. Enough.
I don't know where you come from. So as it relates to swing, what challenges or barriers do you see have been in place as it relates to moving in your craft in the industry? Or do you see there to be any challenges?
I'm going to be very honest and transparent for a second. Most of the time the challenge is me, because I have that little thing called imposter syndrome. Sometimes where I know that I am selling myself short, and I'm learning how to not do that.
Okay.
And this is something I have it plastered everywhere, and I literally say this, and forgive me, but I am the shit.
You are.
And I have to continuously tell myself just that, so that, and forgive me for cussing, I know this we saved on here. But I have to literally tell myself that to get out of my own way. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I know, my craft. We're transitioning, and I'm sure you'll get to this in a second, but we're transitioning into more of the event management aspect of the business.
Okay.
Because what most people don't know about me, there are a lot of things that people don't know about me, but what most people don't know about me is that I have been an independent contractor for the Essence Music Festival since 2003.
Oh, nice.
And nobody knows because
they don't need to know. Because they can get some tickets.
No.
That's why. But that's why they don't need. Can
no.
I get some tickets?
No.
Can I get some tickets?
You can buy them.
Can I get a butter pass?
No. Let me tell you how many people I've had to check over the years. Friends, family, like, no. No is a complete sentence. Let's be clear. No has a period.
It's a whole movement.
It is a movement, and it does not deserve an explanation. You do not have to explain why you're saying no.
But why?
No.
But why?
No. No. Just say it over and over again. No. Like, no. But I love the event space.
Okay.
I love being able to direct, manage, navigate, pull it together, create something out of nothing.
Okay.
And that's why I continue to, they just kept bringing me back each year, you know, because they realized they didn't have to micromanage me.
I knew when I put this person up, your reaction. Because every time I put him up on my show, I get the same reaction.
Because that one is a fool.
That one right there.
He is a fool. But we love you. We love you.
That one right there, I
That is a
cannot.
fool.
I
Yeah, he is
cannot. That's a whole situation in
a fool.
himself.
Yes, he is.
But continue. I done derailed your train with that one.
Yes. You just kind of have to. I love the space. I love the space. And I want to do more of it because I'm really good at it. You know, and so it's just a matter of right space, right time, navigating it, coming in, connecting with the right companies and business, you know, doing business events or, you know, personal events. I have no problem doing grand scale things like Essence, or festivals within Atlanta, or because I can and have the ability to travel, I can. So we can do it anywhere. If you have an event and you need logistics, you need management, you need, you know, steering in the right direction to make your event come alive, that's what we're working towards. So
I am here for it.
Yeah.
It's friend, you're saying some stuff. We'll talk offline about my past.
Okay. I actually heard a little bit last week, and I was like, oh, so you know those stuff too that we don't know about. Okay.
I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I've had some really big clients. But that's a whole nother story, friend. We're gonna focus on swank arts and entertainment.
Okay.
So what has been most rewarding since your mind shifted into making swank what it is? Like, so far, what has been most rewarding?
To have something to call my own.
Yes.
It is extremely rewarding to look at this logo, to wear my t-shirt and people ask me about it. I'll give you a quick story. I went to see my friend Elijah. He is, if you get the opportunity to see the Temptations musical, it's touring right now. My friend Elijah is playing David Ruffin. He's incredible. He's phenomenal. It's amazing. Went backstage to see him, congratulate him, and he looked at my pen and he was like, I'm jealous. Why haven't I been interviewed? Why haven't you like, whoa, sir? Okay. But for people to recognize the logo and see, you know, that it's mine. So yeah, that's probably the most rewarding.
I want to scream right now, because when it comes to creating something of your own, it's one thing to have a vision. It's one thing to write it down. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to see it birth. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to see it grow, thrive, and flourish.
Yeah.
That feeling of this is mine is one that is, you can't describe it because I'm going in a place, because when I moved into the space of being an entrepreneur, I literally worked around the clock, not because I had to, but because the passion to birth something so creative was there. I would get up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and be like, oh, I need to work on my client files. Like right now, I have a client who is having a birthday dinner in Ghana. And all she did was send me a note and say, hey, I'm having a birthday in Ghana on this date. You know me, you know what I like, create my invitations. So I said, okay, no problem. I literally went to sleep 2 o'clock in the morning. I was on my computer. I woke up at 2 o'clock because it hit me. And I said, let me birth this real quick. Dropped it in her box at 5 a.m. By that morning, she was going crazy. She was like, this is ridiculous. I said, it's because I'm operating in my craft. And when you operate in your craft and you see your product, baby, you get so excited. So I
Yeah.
understand how you feel when you said that just this being your baby is most rewarding.
Yeah, it's the energy that comes behind. Like
Oh,
you're doing something for you, and it's a different feeling you get than when you go to your 9 to 5 because, uh, yes, all right, Fred, we'll get you one.
damn
It's a
side.
different, right? It's the energy. It's the energy you put behind it because you're doing something for yourself, and it's not the same energy you get when you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it because you want to do
Want
it.
to do it.
It's different.
There's a difference.
I have a great, now let's be also clear. I do need to highlight my team. I have a great team that is behind me for a lot of things. My lovely friend Amanda, whom does all of the graphics for the most part, with the exception of the logo. She creates all of my graphics for my brother. My brother Rodney did it during the pandemic. He created all of the flyers you saw. Like, it just, you connect with the people that do things that you don't know how to do,
but
and
they catch your vision.
Yeah, and they catch your vision. That's also clear, because you don't want somebody that's trying to take your vision away from you in the same aspect. And I'm a wholehearted believer in Issa Rae's words in networking across.
My God.
You have to, like, because we always think we got to network up, was her explanation, but really networking across is what's going to raise the bar and the level for the people that are coming up with you. I'm honored to be on the show with you, and why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not raise your viewings with whatever boost I can give you, and let my people know who you are, and vice versa. So networking across, and then when the time comes, hey, I want to include you in on this project, or hey, can I bring you in on this as well? I have another friend whom I've known since high school, Aaron Follins, who is amazing at what he does and has so many connections. And we just talked the other day, like, hey, I want to help you. He's like, well, I can't pay you. Okay. Sometimes you have to be able to take the L on something. Now, I'm not saying everything. Let me be very clear.
Everything.
Because I'm not saying everything. I'm saying some things you have to be able to take the L on, so that you can, help someone else, help each other, etc. So it's necessary.
But it's when you this Brian Folly.
Yeah,
really?
Well, yeah, we call him Folly, or we call him Follins, because Aaron and I went to high school together. A lot of people don't know that. Me, Aaron, and Derek Severin. A lot of people know Derek.
Oh, wow.
We all went to high school together.
It's important, like what you were saying, as it relates to networking across. Mm-hmm. I keep saying, especially with the projects that I'm working on now, if I flash back, anyone who has ever worked with me, when I initially started doing event planning, my first statement to my team was always, I can't pay you today, but in the future, I will. And everyone said, we're here to support your vision. And they caught my vision. They know I'm very particular. I'm very meticulous. I only work with certain vendors, certain brands. Baby, people was like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And we kept churning and churning and churning. And baby, them checks started going. And they was like, see, you writing us checks. I said, yes. And you can take them to the bank and you can cash them anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. And they will clear with no problems.
They are not post-dated by no means. I dream of the day when I get to that space.
Oh, you can. You already at that space.
In the space where I can pay someone for what they're worth out of the company. We're getting there. We're not. It's cool. We almost there.
It's not learn to ask for it. My clients will tell you. Centron will say, "This is the fee. Do you want to do it or not?" Because before I hit you with my fee, I'm already calculating. These are the people that I need to support me, and I'm not going to nickel and dime them just to appease someone. When I worked for American Express and when I worked for Ameriprise Financial, the one thing that they always said was, be confident in what you ask for. Give them the contract, the pen, slide it across the table, and just sit there. Don't say anything. Mm-hmm. Even if they have a question, sign here, press hard. Sign here, press hard. Be confident in your response. I don't have an issue dropping. You say, Central, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a quote. I'm going to look at all my vendors. I'm going to see how much it's going to cost me to do it. And I'm going to say, this is how much it's going to cost. I'm going to break it down line by line, but I'm saying, this is how much it's going to cost. And if you say, well, can you? No, because this is what you told me you wanted. I'm not going to compromise the integrity of my brand. The product that I produce or the vision that you told me you want to create. So, baby, you there? Just ask for it. Period. Yeah. So what has been like one of your favorite projects so far?
One of my favorite projects. Ooh. The latest one we just did the Mardi Gras for the Crew of Symphony. It's a brand new crew in New Orleans.
Okay.
And we just worked and managed their entire Mardi Gras ball in a very gorgeous space. And that was a lot of fun. It was so much fun, but it was also great to be in the aspect of space, working the entire event, getting it done. And I love New Orleans. So anytime that I can,
it's the energy, it's the mood.
Listen, anytime I can be in a space for a couple of days, it was still it was like a vacation while I'm working. But really crafting their program, really crafting, what they wanted to accomplish, and then executing it was really, really great. So shout out to the Crew of Symphony, and Michael Fortune is the president of that. But we came in, we did the event, and we skedaddled. So it was good. It was a lot of fun.
And then you're going to get booked and more bookings on top of bookings on top of bookings. Friend, I'm just here to say it.
Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't never really had to advertise. It was word of mouth. So, friend, I'm just telling you.
I received it.
Put your brand out there the way how you see your brand, where you want your brand to go. Yeah. That is the energy and the space you need to move in consistently. Do not be like, oh, I'm new at this. No. I did spend a little money and I went to event planning school. And when I was in school, do you know what they told me? Why are you here? You just wasted your money. Why are you here? I was getting ready to spend some money this year and go to do some voice acting class. All of them. Why are you spending this money? You don't need to do that.
Let me tell you something that just happened to me really quick. I know we on the time.
You good.
Let me tell you, I was on, and this happens to me if not maybe once a flight, if not every other flight. Somebody, because of my voice on the PA, somebody was like, "Oh, you just have a wonderful, calming voice, soothing. Oh, it's amazing." This woman came up to me. She said, "I need your email address." And I said, "Okay." She said, "Because you could be making money off of this voice." She said, "I made $4,000 during the pandemic off of one 10-minute spot. And then I get residuals of $2,000 every time it airs." And so she was like, "I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. I'm going to put you in the space that you need to be in." And she was like, "Because you need to be making money." So clearly, it's really right place, right time. The people that need to be around you. And that's one of the things that I'm not really lobbying for spaces for Swank. It's going to be right. And I'm not rushing it either. Right place, right time. The people that I need to be connected to, the people that have the money, the people that have the access, the people that have the knowledge, the wisdom, all of that will happen. So I'm not really rushing, although sometimes I feel like I'm not doing nothing, but a lot of times, I really want it to be organic and to last a long time.
When it hits, it will hit. Believe me when I say when it hits, it hits. You will get the event. I had a traumatic experience in event planning, which made me pull out of event planning for a while, like 10, 15, 20 years.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk
exactly. But when the universe starts to deliver everything to you, it just comes. And you may think you're not prepared for it, but you got everything inside of you to handle it. So I know we're getting to that hour mark, but I have a few more questions.
Yes. I mean, if you're good, I'm good.
I'm good. Friend, okay. We good. The folks is good. Don't forget, guys, we are interviewing Dewayne Queen of Swank Arts and Entertainment. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment box, either on Facebook or YouTube. They'll pop up and we'll go ahead and ask them. But I want to get into what inspired you, or tell us more about the creation of the Trans Life Awards.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Um, I currently sit on a couple of boards here in Atlanta.
A couple. You still on a lot of boards. Let's be clear.
I sit on a couple of boards.
Because you the man.
One of which is Atlanta Black Pride. And I looked at their content for their 25th anniversary, what they had intended on doing, and I was like, you don't have any content for the trans community. And how could you not when they're such a vital part of Atlanta? Um, and so I created and chaired the Trans Life Awards, where we honored some trans men and women within the Atlanta community that do some amazing things. People like Dr. Elijah Nicholas, whom we spoke of earlier, Raquel Henry, who is just she helps people get back to God in our community. Who else did we honor? So many other people. But that was the idea of, just making sure that I got tired of seeing the headlines of how many trans people have died in the course of the year and then nobody really celebrating them. So that's where the Trans Life Awards came from. That's where it was birthed out of. And it will be an annual event every year to honor the trans community. And I'm very clear, and I say this every time people ask me to talk about it. I understand I am not transgender. I understand that their story is their story to tell. I'm just creating a space and an avenue for them to do so, as I do with a lot of things. So I yielded to the trans community. I allowed them to select or nominate people that they would like to honor for the year, and then I take it to we do have a board. We have a group of trans men and women who want to make sure that it's shown in the best light. And they're honored. It is a beautiful, beautiful event. So this year will be our second annual, and it will be at what is currently called, it used to be the W, but it will be at the Midtown Hotel.
Oh, okay.
This year, and it's going to be beautiful and amazing.
It's a nice space.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm very excited. Very excited. But this is going to be the opportunity to honor the trans community, and I encourage allies and the LGBTQ community as a whole to come and support them, even if you don't know or don't understand, or you're not sure, but be in the space with them to learn more about them, and any other letter of our community for that matter, because a lot of us are only labeling ourselves because we were told this is what we were, and not who we actually are. But
correct.
Yeah.
But he go, when I get on my Gale stage, we're going to bring all that up. So outside of Swank, are there any other projects you're involved in? We know you're about to do a whole bunch of movies and stuff because you just got off that flight. I'm just speaking those things. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking them.
Other projects. Let's see. As I mentioned, I sit on a couple boards. So I'm also a board member at large for the Out Georgia Business Alliance.
Okay.
So the Out Georgia Business Alliance is basically the Better Business Bureau for the LGBTQ community, for entrepreneurs in Atlanta, and well, for the state of Georgia. And so we connect entrepreneurs and corporate Fortune 500 companies alike with their business resources, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it gives you a space to be able to learn business from people that are doing business and that are a part of the community. So that's a project that keeps me a little busy, just a little bit. But other than that, I'm reading a lot more. So I can't necessarily say that I'm doing anything. I'm just kind of absorbing in this season or this time. And then I think whenever it happens or whenever I do other projects, I am looking to kind of get back into theater and music and movies, et cetera, because that is something I put on the shelf for way too long. So
you go, because you're good at it.
I'm all right.
You're great at it. I believe in you. So with that being said, describe the future for Dewayne Queen and describe the future for Swank Arts and Entertainment.
The future for Dewayne.
My God.
I know, right? I was like, let me think. The future for Dewayne is to remain and sustain being grounded. and to continue to pour into myself and what I enjoy and what I love. That's kind of the future. The future for Swank is um, to make me quit my 9 to 5. That's the future. Because I think I gave enough time. I have done my time. I'm reclaiming it. I'm done. And like you have been posting all week long, the entrepreneur is in full force and
The
full
entrepreneur
effect.
beast is here, baby.
We have clocked in, and that
in.
is where we are. That's the future for Swank. It is to replace, and surpass, not even replace. Let me be very clear: to surpass my current income, and really
speak on it.
Delve into what I love to do, and be fulfilled.
Yes, and not feel so empty when you leave, and your feet don't be hurting, and you be
baby. Because and then you know what that does? It makes me take a nap.
When and then you can't focus on your craft and your brand because you're tired, you're worn out.
You're absolutely right. So yes,
friend, I'm loving this.
Yeah,
I'm loving this space. I specifically wanted you on the show because I have watched you in the background. I'm very particular on who I pick. And I love everyone. Don't get me wrong. I love everyone. I love
everybody.
I love everybody. Y'all to be. I love all y'all from a distance. From a distance. However, there are certain. When I'm creating my shows, I have a board and I just throw names, and I leave it there. And for whatever reason, y'all all fall in place.
Oh wow.
And like when I sent you the initial letter, it said, hey, these are 2 dates I'm looking at for you to be on my show. It's because my board said, hey, you need to slot him after this person and see if he can fit on here. And that's what I do. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like the universe just directs me to who I need to talk to. There are other people that I want to have on my show, and I'm having a little conniption on myself right now. Like, ooh, friend, I don't know. And then people like, child, if you don't send that email like how you send everybody, because folks like, that package you sent, somebody saw my package and was like, nah, kid, that's a little bit intimidating for me. I read that and was like, I don't know if I need to be on this show or not. He's too professional. I'm like, nah, kid, I know what I want.
Let me, I'm sorry, and not to cut you off, but let me tell you something. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes.
Yes or no.
And your package is your package for a reason. Right? You package that stuff. I was looking at it like, oh. This did he just pull a me on me? Like, did I send this to myself? Like, what? But you know what? I tell people all the time, and I had to tell, shout out to Wayne if Wayne is watching. I love him so much. And he is my new business consultant. I told Wayne, I said, I am a stickler for your brand. Your brand has to remain the same. Because that's how people will identify you. So the colors, the logo, your everything has to be consistent because people miss it. They miss it a lot when things aren't consistent. So I'm impressed. Not that I expected anything less from you, but I'm absolutely impressed because I was like, this is some kind of stuff I would do. Well, all right.
Which is why I only wanted certain people on my show, because I was like, these people emulate the brand that I have. You are the brand. As I told you before we came on live, I was like, you all are everyone who's been on my show are the foundation to where we are going. That's and awesome. It's not a me movement, it's a we movement. Like, we are moving in the right direction. We're going to get to a place where I can have you back on. And then also it's like, I'm highlighting your skills and your talents, because at some point in the future, those skills and talents will be vital in me doing other projects. When I had April and her husband on the show, April is an amazing singer, but she also is impactful. So I want people to understand that, when she does sing, this is where that energy is coming from. Yeah. If you come on to produce something, it's like, this is where that energy is coming from. So when they be like, let me roll up to this because I know he's going to have everybody in place to make this nice. And I'm so grateful that you said yes. I was like, Lord, please let him say yes. Lord, please let him say
Of
yes. Lord, please let him
course.
say yes.
Listen, people don't, contrary to popular belief, people don't reach out to me as much to do stuff like this. So I'm, as soon as, hey, LaBelle, listen, I love me some LaBelle Bell, because LaBelle she will be on anything and everything until the wheels fall off. And I love her to death. She's a supporter here. But yeah, people don't ask me to do stuff like this. So when the interviewer gets asked to be interviewed, well, of course.
Of course.
Of course. You want to talk about me? Oh, yeah.
Well, now this is your opportunity, because we're going to wrap. This is your opportunity to let the people know, how can they find you, follow you, look at your shows, be supportive. I need for all this energy to come in your direction from the Salad and Fries community. So let the people know how they can contact you.
You can go to swankartsent.com. That's SWANKARTSENT.com. To find out all things Swank. See if you have an event or anything that you would like for us to partner with you on or help you create. That is the best way to do it. You can also hit up Swank Arts ENT on IG. We have an IG page where we post our events and things that are going on within the company. You can follow me. It's down below on IG, or here on Facebook. It's Dewayne Q. Let's see, where else? You can go if you want to check out The Affairs of the Heart. You can check out The Affairs of the Heart on our YouTube channel. Just put The Affair. Now, there is a song called Affairs of the Heart by one of the Marley brothers. So make sure you're very clear. If you don't see my face on it, then that's not the right one.
That ain't
it.
Mm-hmm.
The Affairs of the Heart podcast comes on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And we are in season 5 currently.
Yes, so, season 5.
Baby, listen, it came fast.
It does come fast.
It came real fast.
But season 5, most don't get past season 1.
You're absolutely right. So season 5 of the Affairs
with the
of the
same
Heart podcast.
Cast.
Yes, actually, it is the same cast. Of it's the black gay male perspective of love, sex, and relationships. I also like to call it the sex ed class that we never had, because but
it is very impactful, informative, and I love it.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. That's pretty much it. So just make sure you check those avenues out, or you can always slide in the DMs. I'm not rude. I'm not. Now, if you come rude, then you might get something else. Don't. But be respectful.
Be respectful. With that being said, I will update the website with all of Dewayne's information. You will have a way to get in contact with him. If you weren't able to watch the whole show from the beginning, you'll be able to go on our website tomorrow and you'll be able to see it start to finish. Dewayne, I want to thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this day for a while. So thank you so much for having me on. It was so much fun. Thank you.
It was amazing. I'm going to see you backstage. Just hang out in the green room for a little bit and I'll be right with you. Enjoy a little bit of champagne, complimentary of nobody, but just go ahead. I'll see you shortly. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tonight was a very informative and impactful show. Becoming the multimedia mogul. Come on. That was a lot. Like, Dewayne is the man. Like, guys, tomorrow I need you to blow up all of his socials. Literally follow him. Learn everything Dewayne Queen. Watch the movies that he's been in. Try to find out a little bit more about him. Dewayne is the man. Coming up next week, as I said at the beginning of the show, it is National Women's History Month. And so here at Salad and Fries, we're going to be celebrating National Women's Month with epic leading women. So next week, we're going to have Dr. Kimberly Bryant on, Yakima Reinhardt, and Courtney Young. Guys, next week is going to be a show. All women, tell your friends, tell every friend that they need to tune in for next week, because next week, you are going to hear from some very big women in the U.S. And when I say they know their stuff, all of them own businesses. 2 of them are mothers, and they have very big careers as leading women. So each week, we like to tell everybody that you are loved, you are appreciated. I want to thank you for choosing to watch Salad and Fries. Don't forget, please make sure you go to our website at www.salad-in-fries.com for all things salad and fries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. When you go to our website, click on the YouTube link and make sure that you are subscribing to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date with all things salad and fries. We want to thank you for choosing salad and fries, and we look forward to seeing you next week, Monday, March 21st, for Epic Leading Women. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.